man.
Like and follow News 1226 on Facebook for the latest up-to-date coverage near you.
Help us fight for life and train the CSRA. Contact the American Heart Association for details.
Follow News 1226 on Twitter to keep informed with the latest happening near you.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 First at 5.
The first deputy on scene to Tiger's crash says he is lucky to be alive. All this comes the same day as a new study about the safest cars. We take a look at which ones did best. But first, here at home, an Augusta couple is behind bars in connection with the death of their one-year-old son. Tyrone Scott and Selena Tyler Scott were arrested Tuesday. Their son died February 13th, just before 4 in the morning at AU Health. Officials say emergency medical crews had taken the child, Travis Scott, to the hospital from the family's home. News 12's Nick Proto is live from the Scott's home on Watkins Street with more on what investigators there say happened. Nick.
Yeah, Meredith, I spoke with a number of neighbors out here this morning, and they all use the same word to describe the situation: shocking. A number of them have lived here their entire lives, and they say they never would have imagined anything like this happening in this area. Now, we got the arrest warrants for Tyrone and Selena Scott this morning. The couple is charged with first-degree cruelty to children and murder while in commission of a crime. The warrants say the Scotts unplugged one-year-old Travis's ventilator despite being told multiple times by nurses not to. Even though this happened nearly 2 weeks ago, neighbors say they didn't know anything about it until today. The mood around the neighborhood is shock and disgust.
You know, if you're not going to be responsible, don't make sure. Just be a parent, but that was not cool. If you're not going to be able to take care of the child, she should have found another way. Call the hospital, the doctor, something.
I don't have an understanding of how someone could, be involved like that, especially parents.
A number of agencies are working together on this investigation, including RCSO and DFACS. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll take another look at those arrest warrants, as well as the timeline leading up to the Scott's arrest. Meredith?
All right, just some difficult news to process for that community. Thanks so much, Nick. Taking a look outside, want to look at Wheeler Road. A beautiful day out there, mostly clear skies out there. But you know what, Riley? It felt like another spring day. It's nice to kind of put the heavy coat aside for a little bit.
For sure, Meredith. This was actually the first time I've been able to take the dogs on a walk in shorts since last fall. So big improvements out there this afternoon. A beautiful afternoon for us and mostly sunny as well. We did have to battle a little bit of smoke. Fort Gordon did have a controlled burn out there earlier. And actually what you're seeing on radar is smoke from that controlled burn. So radar is used to see a bunch of different things that get lofted into the atmosphere. Last couple scans do show that smoke improving for us here across Augusta, but likely still smelling a little bit of smoke across Edgefield and Aiken County there. So if you looked at radar, kind of looked like rain, but we would switch over to correlation coefficient to confirm that that's not rain. That's most likely something in the way of smoke, dust, debris, anything like that. And we know that it was smoke. How about this view from Daniel Field? You can actually see that steady stream of smoke and haze. This was from Augusta Aviation, and a great shot there, definitely showing the limited visibility in some places. Now here's Aiken County. You can see that haze still close to the horizon there. So once again, not necessarily completely clear for us, but those temperatures, no complaints. Mid to low 70s across the board. And we're expecting a nice evening if you're stepping out. Temps should stay in the 60s through around 8 o'clock. Have a look at some big changes, though, heading our way Friday in just a little bit. Meredith?
All right, thanks for that, Riley. We are learning police are not going to pursue charges in Tiger Woods' vehicle crash that happened yesterday. They say it was simply an accident. We're also learning how Tiger Woods is doing after yesterday's rollover crash. This statement posted to Tiger's Twitter account says he is awake, responsive, and recovering in his hospital room. The statement also says Woods suffered significant injuries to his lower right leg, including open fractures. He was the only person in the car at the time. Tiger Woods' car accident comes as a new study is released on crash tests and safety. Nancy Chin takes a look at which vehicles made the grade.
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety performs a number of crash tests to determine if a car is safe. The group also measures headlight quality and accident prevention systems. This year, a record 90 new vehicles earned a Top Safety Pick, or Top Safety Pick Plus award, up from 64 last year.
It is indeed a big year.
IIHS President David Harkey says more vehicles made the grade because because of auto braking systems and better headlights.
Casting more light down the road for the driver and eliminating that glare for the oncoming drivers.
The IIHS has yet to test the Genesis GV80 Tiger Woods crashed near Los Angeles Tuesday. The luxury SUV does have modern safety features, including multiple airbags. 2 other Genesis cars were tested and earned top awards, including the G70, which performed well in the roof strength test. Authorities say that is key in a rollover accident like Woods.
The interior was more or less intact, which kind of gave him the cushion to survive.
Genesis is part of the Hyundai Motor Group, which also includes Kia. Together, the company earned 17 awards, the most of any automaker.
Mitsubishi was the only manufacturer that did not receive a single award. General Motors earned just 2 for the Cadillac XT6 and Chevy Equinox.
For the large number of vehicles that they produce and the models that they produce, we only had a couple of award winners for them, so we would like to see them step up their game.
The IIHS continues to test new models as they are released, which means more vehicles could soon be joining the list. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
New rules could be coming for spring breakers in Florida. In the next few days, South Florida beaches will be crowded as spring break begins. That's why some county leaders there want to impose a midnight curfew if spring breakers refuse to follow coronavirus guidelines. However, others say a curfew or limitation in hours will only hurt businesses and will actually do very little to stop the spread. Fort Lauderdale's mayor says if a curfew is issued, partygoers will leave bars and continue to party in hotel rooms and Airbnbs. You're taking a look at a photo showing work still being done inside the U.S. Capitol building following last month's riots. Still, crews are working to restore the building 7 weeks later. Lawmakers have been looking for answers into the security failures that took place January 6th. Senators say they will hold more hearings involving government agencies involved in that investigation into the attack. The House is preparing to vote on the $1.9 trillion that includes everyone 65 and older. You can head to our website or WRDW app for the link. Big news for Richmond County Schools. Verizon recently selected 5 middle schools to get some new technology. Every student and every teacher at these schools will receive a free Chromebook and up to a 4-year data plan. The schools will also be staffed with a full-time technology coach to help teachers and students. School officials say the technology gap among students has been a major issue since even well before the pandemic. So this partnership will help level the playing field for students who did not have access before.
The goal is to, number one, to provide a better lifestyle for our students, to provide internet access, whether not only just for school, but also for telemedicine, for everyday communication. The goal is to provide equity among our students.
The middle schools who will receive the Chromebooks in Augusta are A.R. Johnson, Hepzibah, Langford, Spirit Creek, and Tutt Middle. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, you'll hear from a Richmond County school principal who says 50% of their schools don't have internet access or devices. Just a reminder, tomorrow Columbia County Schools is holding a job fair. They tell us they're looking for bus drivers, nutrition assistants, and custodians. It is from 4 to 6 p.m. at Evans Middle School. All qualified candidates will receive an interview at the event, so be ready for that. You can go to the link on your screen for more information on how to register. If you're in need of food, Golden Harvest has 2 upcoming food drives you need to know about. The first is tomorrow starting at noon at the Macedonia Church of Grovetown. The second, that's in Sylvania at 10 o'clock Friday on Statesboro Highway. You can head over to our website for a detailed list of food resources here in the CSRA. A great honor for a great man. Today, Aiken County Superintendent and Silver Bluff High School President presented 91-year-old Clarence Bush with an honorary high school diploma. Bush ended his education after the 3rd grade to help support his family. He went on to be the first African American to open a business on Main Street in New Ellendon.
I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. I don't have words to express my gratitude for this, and I feel so unworthy, but I give all the glory to God.
You can catch that entire ceremony tomorrow on News 12 this morning. The cleanup continues after a deadly tornado that hit the North Carolina coast, and so does the search for missing quilts. A week after an EF3 tornado tore apart Brunswick County, people are finding pieces of hope hidden in the rubble. Phyllis O'Connor and her husband were killed in the storm. The twister also scattered dozens of handmade quilts she had at home. 6 of them have been found so far. The quilts made by O'Connor will be returned to her family. Something they'll treasure for sure. It is a concern a lot of parents have. Kids talking to strangers online. Coming up, what you need to know about how potential bad guys operate. Riley?
We have one more spring-like day before we do see some big changes on Friday. Have a look at that in the full forecast coming up.
A new federal report stirring up fears in parents.
I immediately clicked on it. I wanted to know more.
A congressional report revealed significant toxins found in baby food after baby food. Thursday on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Your home.
Because he didn't call my dad.
Police continue to investigate the abduction of a 14-year-old North Carolina girl who was taken by a man she didn't know but met online. Now, that teenager is safe and the alleged abductor is dead. Jamie Tucker takes a look at how these child predators work, and parents, what we all need to know.
Over the last year, we've all been spending more time at home and in front of our devices. So have our children, many times chatting with strangers online from their bedrooms. I spoke with a child advocate from the National Centers for Missing and Exploited Children who tell me they've learned that child sex predators are spending a lot more time online, too, hunting children.
We've seen chatter on the dark web amongst child exploiters talking about the best practices and tips and how COVID is, the silver lining is that this is a great time to try to exploit children online, and it's sickening.
Callahan Walsh tells me while parents may not know or understand some of the apps and websites kids are using, sex predators do. They study it, use the apps in psychology to bait children of all ages when their parents are not looking.
And they use our social media platforms as private hunting preserves for children.
A common tactic is befriending kids, maybe posing as someone their own age, asking to trade illicit photos, then threatening to show their parents unless they send more or meet them IRL in real life.
We had 2 cases over the weekend of 2 young teenage girls who were both groomed online, met an older man, both of them met 2 older men online, and were convinced that this was going to be the right guy for them.
And it could happen to any child or teenager from any family situation if they're allowed to be alone with their smartphone, a tablet, or their computer. And next time, we're going to talk about warning signs parents should look for. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Terrifying, but a good reminder. Many times when kids are lured away by online predators, they are treated as runaways, which actually can delay a search and even an investigation. Walsh praised law enforcement for acting quickly in the weekend abductions and said that's what might have saved the girls' lives. Scary stuff there. To weather now, Riley, we're going to turn completely into a different subject here. I mean, you could not ask for better weather right now. You said you broke out the shorts today for the first time in forever.
Shorts and short sleeves. It was beautiful walking on the Canal Trail out there this morning, and temps really heated up fairly quickly. It was chilly this morning, got down into the mid-30s out at Bush Field, but you're getting highs close to 80 out at Bush Field currently this afternoon. Blue skies out there, that's what helped heat us up fairly quickly. At Daniel Field, they're sitting at 74. They've been hanging just a couple degrees cooler than Bush Field, but these southwest winds have just been drawing in much warmer air for us, so another fantastic day across the area. And looking at radar, you may see this and think, is that rain? No, actually that is smoke from some controlled burns going on across the region. You may have noticed those smoky conditions across Augusta earlier this afternoon. This is going to be the front we're tracking tonight into our Friday, so this is going to stall to our south on Thursday, bring us a few clouds, but not expecting that rain threat until we get to our Friday. So enjoy this evening. We're expecting very pleasant temps, staying in the 50s, 10 p.m. through just after midnight, and then we'll most likely bottom out those low temperatures again into the mid to low 40s. So just a degree or two warmer out there tomorrow. A little bit of a chill still, so you'll need that jacket if you're stepping out early on, but expecting those temps to be already close to 60 degrees by the time we get to around 10 a.m. Those high temperatures tomorrow are expected to be similar to what they were this afternoon. Most of us seeing at least mid-70s south of Augusta, lower 70s if you live north of town up towards the lake, but still feeling like spring for everybody out there tomorrow. Our rain chances will stay low on Thursday, but they are going to creep back up Friday. And as those rain chances go up, our temperatures are going to plummet. We're actually expecting high temperatures on Friday to be about 20 degrees cooler than what they will be tomorrow afternoon. So through this evening and tonight, we'll keep mostly clear skies, but as that front gets closer towards us Thursday, that's where that cloud cover is going to start to move in. So not quite as sunny out there for your Thursday, but still staying dry, and those temps are looking warm once again. As we roll into our Friday morning, that's when those rain chances start to creep in. And those temperatures, what you wake up to Friday, likely going to be your high temperatures. Temperatures not expected to increase Friday all too much, thanks to the wedge conditions that are going to start building in. Now, with wedge conditions, it's going to bring us overcast skies, northeast winds, and it's going to keep these scattered shower chances in play throughout Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and even portions of Friday evening as well. But hopefully this rain does clear out by Friday night, because by the time we get to Saturday, we're expecting overcast conditions, but most of the weekend is trending dry for us, so no need to cancel outdoor plans just yet for your Saturday or Sunday. Those temperatures will rebound as well, expecting highs close to 80 by Sunday afternoon, Meredith.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. Children are getting new cars thanks to technology made in the U.S. How this machine is saving lives after the break. Doctors in the UK have become the first in the world to give children new hearts, brought back to life by a groundbreaking machine made in the U.S. Ian Lee has that story.
Freya Headington can once again do the things she loves.
Nice wave.
But just a year ago, the 14-year-old from England had a failing heart. Doctors told her she might have to wait up to 2 years for a new one. Thanks to a new procedure, she's back in the saddle after just 8 weeks.
I feel so lucky and just blessed to be able to give the second chance at life and to know that I have a future, like my friends and family do.
The heart sitting with a connector at the top, the aorta.
This training video shows how a machine made by U.S. company Transmedics is helping doctors revive donor hearts that stopped on their own. Normally, heart transplants come from patients considered brain dead. Life support is withdrawn, then the heart is stopped and retrieved. This new technique lets doctors keep the donated heart warm and oxygenated for up to 12 hours while repairing any damage.
So not only is it reducing wait times, but it's transplanting patients that otherwise would not get an organ.
Despite the pressures of the pandemic, doctors in the UK gave new hearts to 6 children last year. Freya is thankful she was one of them.
I'm ecstatic that I got such an amazing gift of a heart, but it's also upsetting to know that someone also died.
It'll always be there in the back of our minds, but we know now she's got a lovely healthy heart.
And a second chance to just be a kid. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Absolutely amazing. Think of the lives this could save. Until now, this technology had only been used on adults, but as we can see, it's helping children. Riley?
For the weekend, we are expecting a better forecast than what we're going to experience Friday. Only isolated shower chances heading into our Sunday. Now, look at that full 7-day forecast for you just after the break. Blue skies over Washington Road this afternoon and warm temps as well. We did see highs back into the mid-70s for many of us. We are expecting a nice evening. If you're going to be stepping out the next few hours, those temperatures shouldn't be dropping all too quickly. But by early tomorrow morning, those temps are expected to bottom out in the low 40s. Outside of the metro, inside the metro, likely going to be a few degrees warmer. But you will need that jacket early on, just not needed for all too long. Later into the afternoon, we're expecting another very warm afternoon back into the mid-70s. But just a few more clouds expected to roll through tomorrow compared to Friday. So now notice that temperature change. On Friday, we're expecting highs only in the 50s before rebounding again back into the weekend.
All right, thank you, Riley. Not everyone in long-term care facilities are getting the vaccine like we might have thought. We'll break down a loophole preventing this from happening next. First at 5.
Every morning all over the country.